Party Party is a 1983 released British comedy directed by Terry Windsor.
Young 20-something Larry from northeast London is planning a New Year's Eve party while his parents are out at another New Year's Eve celebration. And so all his friends in the local area are planning on going, mainly so they can hook up with a member of the opposite sex. It's the only reason most of them are going. So top of the guest list are Larry's friends, Johnny, who's a bit of a ladies' man, and Toby, who is the opposite, a bit useless with women, doesn't know how to talk to them. Also going are Brenda and her mate Shirley, and 3 off-duty police constables by the name of Sam, Rebecca and Terry. Larry's ex is also going with her new fiancée. And so it's a tangled web because Toby's after Brenda and Brenda's got her eye on Sam. Sam's trying on with Rebecca. So is Johnny. Terry's drunk. And Shirley keeps getting rejected, which is kind of taking its toll on her. But basically, everyone is very horny and trying to get in each other's pants.
Basically, that's it. Yeah. So if you hadn't realised, it is New Year's Eve.
Yep.
So last day of 2021.
Good riddance.
Finally, good riddance.
I'm sure 2022 will be amazing.
It's going to be even better.
As in what we said last year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Party. Have you heard of this one? Because I hadn't heard of this one.
I had not, no.
No, I was told this by my girlfriend who said, you got to watch this film. It's, especially do it at New Year. Perfect, because it is a New Year party film. Or New Year's Eve party film. So I tracked it down and, gave it a watch. And I quite enjoyed it, actually. Yeah. I thought it was good. It was a good fun. There's not really, the story is, you explain the story. That's what it is. It's a bunch of friends who go out and they have a New Year's Eve party. And
it's sort of set one day, one location. Well, mostly one location.
Yeah, mostly one location, Larry's house. And he pretends he's sick.
Yeah.
And his parents are off to another New Year's Eve party. And, of course, he's not sick. And he invites all his mates over, and they have this big party. I mean, it's a British kind of Animal House meets American Pie, John Hughes. If you know all those films, it's very similar to those kind of films, just with a British British setting and kind of British feelings and values. I mean, it's a nostalgic trip. This film, I think, it's one of those films I kind of think, I mean, it wouldn't be made the same today. It's, the language and the antics that go on probably still happen amongst friends, but you probably wouldn't get it in a film setting.
No.
But it's also one of those films that, I mean, I was alive when this film came out, but I certainly don't remember that. I was about 5 when this film came out. So I don't really remember the world as it was back then. But if you are, 15 years older than we are, you would remember it. So I'm sure there are a lot of people, and in fact I've read loads of reviews of people who really like this. It's a good fun film, and it's got a really good cast. It's kind of like loads of, we've done a number of British films on the channel, and especially, older films obviously feature people that maybe aren't, or much older now. But this lot are all still kind of working today, and you'll know them from EastEnders and...
Yeah, so Perry Fenwick is Larry, and I don't think I've ever seen him. I mean, he has done other stuff between this and EastEnders, but I don't think I'd ever...
ID, I know him from that.
Oh yeah, he was in that. Yeah, I mean, he's obviously but he's most well known for EastEnders now.
Yeah,
but,
his name is Bob.
Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell, that's right. Yeah.
And but it was great seeing him younger.
Yeah,
and he was fun to watch.
Yeah,
completely different to obviously his character in EastEnders.
Yeah.
It was great seeing a lot of these actors that we grew up with in sort of mainly sitcoms, I would say. Seeing them in something a bit different, obviously a bit younger.
I mean, Gary Olsen is in there, and he was in 2.4 Children. Sadly died, actually, like 2000 or something.
Yeah, cancer, unfortunately.
And Caroline Quentin, who I fondly remember from Jonathan Creek and Men Behaving Badly and things like that. And Daniel Peacock, who Robin Hood.
He's in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Yeah, I mean, he's one of those faces. I thought, I'm sure I've seen you in more than just Robin Hood. But
and you look at his thing, and you're like, oh no, I think it's just Robin Hood.
Yeah, there's Robin. I couldn't think of anything else that I'd seen him in.
I mean, his father is Trevor Peacock. His father was in Vicar of Diddley and things like that, and he died, I think, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Carl Howman, who of course we covered, he was in Babylon that we did.
Oh yeah,
He was in that film, and he's turned up in. I mean, it's if you're a Brit, you're going to watch this film and go, oh, I remember that guy, and Remember that guy and
Clive Mantle is famous for Casualty in Holby City.
Alien 3.
And Alien 3, yeah.
Yeah.
And who else? There's, who
What
plays
was that? Do we
Sam?
have an anecdote for Clive Mantle?
Oh, yes, we sat near him in a theatre many years ago.
Yeah.
He's a big guy, massive. I mean, he looks big in this. He towers everyone else.
He
Doesn't
does.
He's quite
Yeah.
quite intimidating.
He
But
is.
and there's the guy that plays Sam, Sean Chapman. I thought I recognise him because afterwards I looked at his his CV, and he's Frank Cotton in Hellraiser.
He is. So yeah, I mean, full of actors and a great soundtrack. It's got a lot of Sting and the Clash and Sex Pistols on there and Bananarama, who I didn't realise were around. I didn't realise they were that old.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they'd been around for that long.
And Stranglers and OMD. No, great soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean it's a nostalgic film. I mean, there's some funny stuff in there. I think the way it ends, we don't do spoilers, but I think it resolves itself in quite a clever way. I think it's you kind of maybe see it coming, but you don't see it coming. What actually happens is quite funny. And I mean, the only thing I found odd with the police, why were the police there? There's like these three coppers. They've basically been told that they can have the night off.
Well, yeah, the sergeant says, don't break up any parties this
Yeah.
New Year. It's going, order from the top. Don't break up any parties.
And I was like, wow,
Okay.
was it that innocent in 1983? I can't remember. But
so they all go, Terry in particular he goes, great. He even says to the sergeant there, great, I can get paralytic.
Yeah, and he does.
And he's like, what? He's like,
And they don't do really the odd mention of being a policeman here and there, but they just go all out and just have a good time as well. It's quite random, this film, actually. It's one of those. I mean, I guess they all live in the same area, and they've probably all known each other from school.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what they've all gone off this. Because they're young adults. They're not teenagers. They're not school kids. Who've started out in life, and there's some great stuff about having your first car and your first crushes and queues of long queue to the toilet. When you're at the party, and it's worth giving it a watch.
Yeah.
I got the DVD, which I picked up on Amazon for like £4.99. I love the title, actually. It's very 80s. The design is really 80s, but it's like each letter is like a different item that may be at the party.
Nick Berry gets his name on the cover, but he's barely in it.
He's barely in it. Yeah, exactly. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was it's definitely of its time. It's a complete nostalgic trip. It's great seeing. I mean, some of the scenes at the beginning are kind of. I think they start from the Blackwall Tunnel, don't they? At one point.
Yeah, I think so.
There's this kind of chase through the streets of two of them in their car, and there being Clive Mantle on the bike.
On his
isn't it?
bike.
Kind of the three of them chasing them down, and that's quite fun actually. Kind of racing around the streets. Good
But
fun.
I mean, it just zips by, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of snappy dialogue, and it's not too, it's not hard to follow. It's all just, kids being stupid and having fun. Yeah, maybe some sort of questionable sexual politics that wouldn't go down very well now, but it's of its time, isn't it?
But like I say, and I think if you are, you possibly wouldn't see that on screen anymore.
No.
But I'm sure kids who have parties act like that with one another.
I mean, I would say the sort of the female characters are almost just as, horny and after the men as the men are after the women. So it's not
they're all at it. They all want to be at it.
Exactly.
If you haven't seen it, I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's probably not streaming anywhere.
Well, I watched it on YouTube.
So, you saw it on YouTube, yeah. That's
Although
right,
to be fair, the audio quality was pretty horrific. I could hear what was being said, but it wasn't great. I kind of thought, I wish I'd got the DVD now.
Yeah.
But no, I couldn't find it streaming anywhere else.
No, I doubt it. I mean, like I picked it up for I think it was £4.99 on Amazon. I think it's worth a watch. If you don't have anything else to do on New Year's Eve. Well, it's a bit late now because it is New Year's Eve tonight. So watch it. Forget it for next New Year's Eve. It's a lot of fun, and I would recommend it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And that was Party. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let us know in the comments below.
Hit the subscribe button up there and don't forget to push the bell for notifications. There's other videos to check out over there. Come and find us on social media and join us again soon for another video.